A Titan stork traveling through the Titan gardens in search of food took to the ground after sighting the carcass of a young cervid. In a large thicket 6 feet from the carcass, a black cockatrice rested. The saurian woke to find that an intruder was feeding upon its meal. In 3 soundless seconds, the cockatrice was on the unwary pterosaur, pinning it down with sickled claw and tearing into the victim with vice-like jaws. The struggle lasted less than a minute when the Titan stork took its last breath. The cockatrice rested once more, unaware of the hellish agony it was soon to endure. For the Titan stork was harboring a strain of viral magic, an aggressive strain that within a few days had overpowered the dinosaur's immune system. The microorganisms preferred their original host, and using stored DNA, had started to modify their current one. Wings had begun to develop near the shoulder girdle. The magic strain desired a swift and efficient hunter on the ground and in the air. And after 3.5 weeks, the hive had finished their work. A black cockatrice lighter in build, and able to take off faster than the Titan stork, using its arm wings in unison with the large pterosaur wings. Once the pain had subsided, and the Dromaeosaur turned demon had learned how to use these new wings, this new creature found near complete supremacy in its habitat, only wary of the Urushai. The high caloric demands of the hive caused the devil to be ravenous, devouring all available prey in its territory, and moving on to different regions in search of sustenance. The first children eventually encountered the devil, and after a tedious struggle had captured it, taking the beast back to one of their settlements. They had seen the unfinished work of one of their gods in this creature, Jawakrakrin. To resemble this god more, the first children had introduced homeobox genes of Erdum, Komatu, and Boar to the devil. Orange and black markings had covered the majority of the devil's body. Cloven hooves had formed over 2 of the clawed toes on each foot. A grotesque mix of mammalian traits formed over what had once been the face of a cockatrice. The devil was now a homunculi. And after the fall of the first children, the monstrous amalgamation was once again free to roam. It was not long before the devil started turning wild beasts and men into thralls, and with the army of monsters at its command, the demon raided Kaimerian settlements for food and to further add to its growing army. The devil's reign had lasted through the age of demons, moving into the age of witches, where an order of warriors, witches, and shapeshifters had put an end to the devil's army, using the witches' magic and the warriors' enchanted weapons to kill off the horde. The devil eventually fled to Earth through the open portal, hiding in various forests of North America. But the ravenous hunger of the beast would lead to more risky means of satiating both it and the magic that lived within its body. March 11, 1888, had the worst blizzard that Jersey had seen. With snow drifts of 50 feet, hunting for food was impossible. The devil had not eaten in days, and the magic that had kept it alive through the centuries had started to use its body for sustenance. The demon was weakening and desperate for food. Flying through the storm, the beast had caught the faint scent and changed direction to it. Landing on the roof of a cabin, the devil hopped to the ground and leapt through the window, crashing through the glass and horrifying the woodsman who had been cooking a large pot of beef stew, the smell that had attracted the monster to his home. Upon hearing his master scream, a large Newfoundland dog ran into the kitchen, jumping on the demon and sinking its teeth into the intruder's neck. The woodsman ran into the bedroom, grabbed his shotgun, loaded it, and ran back into the kitchen to save his dog, who was inches from death. The fur-clad guardian would die before letting anything hurt its master. The woodsman fired 2 shots point blank into the monster's face. shattering its tusks and blowing its snout off. As the devil screamed in pain, the woodsman reloaded and fired 2 shots into the wailing creature's chest. The demon turned tail, jumping out of the window and flying back into the snowstorm. The woodsman turned to his dog, who was covered in bloody lacerations with a piece of scruff from the demon's neck still in his mouth. At a half whimper, but wagging his tail at the sound of his master talking to him. "You're tough as steel, aren't you, boy?" The woodsman grabbed a rag and bent down to his friend. "Come on, let's get you cleaned up." The devil had succumbed to its wounds soon after the event, falling from the sky and crash landing into a frozen lake, gasping its last breath before slipping under the ice. The fearsome devil of Kaimere had been defeated in Jersey. So, yeah, here's the Jersey, or the Kaimerian Jersey Devil. It's, honestly, it's been a long time coming. I had it in the custom figurine contest, and for anybody who's wondering, I did not win. I did not win even slightly. It's whatever, though. You know? Although, if you ask me, I'm honestly convinced that me and Ethan had the most original beasts in the whole competition. But, you know, that's whatever. Either way. So overall, here is a quick look at the Jersey Devil. Articulation-wise, its arms swivel up and down and a little bit to the sides. Its jaw opens and closes a little bit. Its neck can move from side to side. Its wings can move up and down, and I believe, yeah, it can move to the sides. Hold on a second. I believe the left wing. Wait, no, or maybe it's the right wing. This wing. This wing kept breaking on the night before the contest, so I had to fix it up really quick with this ball joint that I bought off of Amazon. Well, this wing has a custom ball joint in it that works pretty well. The parts that I used for this figurine were a halo jackal for the body, a small, cheap horse figurine for the face. Pretty much I just have it where the eyes are sticking out and the ears, and everything else I crafted. I used a little bit of a Mattel Atrociraptor for the hands, but it didn't look right, so I sculpted over them. And I used a Hammond Collection Geostrimbergia for the wings. And then there was a Xenomorph for the tail, which the tail has a bendy wire in it, but because of the cold weather out in the shed, I am not going to, or the cold temperature, I'm not going to bend it. That way I don't crack the caulk too much. So yeah, that's the Kaimerian Jersey Devil, and honestly, hope all of you have a happy Halloween. Take care, everybody.